Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today we are reacting to a different kind of video. In fact, is a reaction of my latest obsession. A video from the icon, the only, the one, Judy, everybody. The video is called Biological Mom Sues Daughter. Unhinged title also. I wanna say something. Christmas is coming. I've never got a gift from Santa. Never. Even when I was a kid, I never received a gift. Let's just say that my father was a little bit absent when I was a kid. Don't be sad, it's fine. We only received gifts the day of the Epiphany, which is the 6th of January, and they were from my mom, because you know there was this thing that your father was supposed to make you a gift at Christmas and your mother the Epiphany. Bullshit. Anyway, I never asked for nothing. As you can see, I only asked to subscribe at the end of the video because I think it's annoying. But this here, it would have been great to reach 1,000 subscribers, which is impossible, I know, but if you want to subscribe, is the best gift. For sure. Thank you. Anyway, also, I would love to do a Q&A kind of video, answer questions, maybe live stream or something, but I don't think my sub count is that big yet. We'll see. Anyway, let's watch and react.
My husband and I had a brand new 8-week-old puppy at the home.
You left her with the puppy.
A night of dog sitting should have been no big deal.
My husband and I started getting panicked text messages from Amanda.
Then trust turned to tragedy.
When I looked down, there was just blood everywhere. And I tried to do like chest compressions. I didn't really know what to do.
Blood? Chest compressions? A murder scene or something? Oh my god.
Her to pay you a whole bunch of money for the death of your puppy.
This is Judge Judy.
Miss Meadows, this young lady is your daughter.
That's correct.
How old are you?
20.
And I assume from reading your papers that for most of her life, she did not live with you. Is that right?
That's correct.
Was she in foster care or with a relative?
She was adopted.
At what age?
9 days.
Well.
When did you reconnect?
After she turned 18, as it was a closed adoption, so that would have been December of 2017.
And did she reach out to find you?
Her adopted mother did originally.
She looks so young. Of course, I think she had her when she was very young. I understand people for giving up their child. It's hard, but she looks weird.
That's weird.
She doesn't give me that motherly vibe, that warm vibe of a mother. I don't know, we'll see.
Originally in what year?
In 2017.
Okay.
So yes, but her adopted mother reached out first.
Did you ask your adopted mother to reach out?
Yes.
Yes.
She said that yes, like, okay, she reached out, but I didn't want to, actually. My God.
She did it at your request.
Yeah.
That's what I assume. Okay. And then there came a time when you wanted to move, to relocate after you turned 18 to live closer to your mother.
Yeah, she wanted me to, and I eventually decided that would be a good option. It wasn't my original intention to move to Utah.
Well, nobody at 18 has an original intention.
That's true.
Original intention of somebody who's 18 is wanting to be 19 and have a good time. Did your mother ask you to move?
Mm-hmm.
Did you move in with her?
Initially, yes.
That's cute, right? She wanted to maybe reconnect with her. She asked to move with her. It's cute, right?
Things that you're suing for is moving costs. Is that from moving from where she was to come to live with you?
Hold up.
I spoke too soon, honey. What? Moving cost? Holy crap.
Part of it, yes.
That's part of it. What are you, ridiculous?
I'm sorry.
What are you, crazy?
Yeah, give it to her. Yes, Judge Judy. Give it to this bitch. I already hate this woman.
You invite your daughter to live with you, and you want her to pay the moving costs of her to do that? Do you
Very
work?
little of it.
Do you work?
I do.
Was she working?
Eventually, I got her a
Not
job.
eventually. When she moved in with you,
No.
she wasn't. So she had no money saved up or anything. You said, come move with me, and you sent her money to move. That's what mothers do.
Exactly. Oh my God. I feel so bad for that girl. Jeez.
Cross off money owed for moving costs. Let's get to the next thing.
Okay.
Unpaid loans. She moved in with you on what date?
I think it was April 21st, 2018.
And what were the loans for?
Everything. I mean, I paid her living expenses as far as I didn't charge her to live with me, and
We're going to
I
give you a
purchased
big
car
old
for her.
gold star for that.
I purchased a car for her, so
Okay, let's go forward.
$1,000 for a car.
Okay,
Car
just a second.
insurance.
Okay, so when she was living with you, you bought her a used car.
Yes.
And she moved in with
Look at this poor girl. She's sad inside.
you on April 21st. In what month and year did you buy her this $1,000 car?
In May.
So the next month.
Yes,
Did she get a job
she did.
within that time?
Yeah, it was around that time. Yes.
So she came to you. She was 18. She got a job, which is just a lot more than most kids do. What kind of work were you doing?
I worked at the hotel with her. I was a front desk agent.
Great. So you worked at the same place your mother did. Terrific. Okay. Now, listen to me. I don't care about your living expenses, what you paid for food, gas, electric, anything else. If you bought her a jacket, if you bought her pants, if you bought her underwear, I don't care. That's what parents do. You wanted to be her mother.
I wanted to get her out of an abusive situation. I never intended to have her live with me. It was a sacrifice I made because her adoptive family was abusive.
Wait, she did say that. Wow. Oh my God. Like, I feel bad. What a piece of shit.
She is a fat cunt.
What a disgrace. Horrible mother. You're no mother.
She's a disgrace to humanity.
You're a horrible human being. Piece of shit. Bitch. You can see she hates that girl. I don't want to call her a daughter because she's not your daughter. Disgusted.
It wasn't my original intent to have her move in with me now.
So why didn't you just send her money and say you can't come and live with me because of my life circumstance, but I'm going to send you some money to set yourself up someplace else?
She wasn't in a good situation. I didn't feel like she had good people surrounding her.
Well, that's a very good thing for you to do.
I mean, are you good people
No!
to live with?
No!
That's hard. That's hard.
Money owed for moving, I've crossed that out. Unpaid loans, I've crossed out. Hotel costs.
May I ask why you're crossing out the unpaid loans? There were several loans, and Your Honor, I have bank statements supporting personal loans that I gave her to cover.
Well, I'm
her
asking you
expenses.
I asked you what for. You said for her living expenses, for clothes, for things that she needed every day to live.
They were items that I agreed to lend her money that she agreed
Give me an example.
that she agreed to pay back.
Give me an example of what you bought her.
Oh my God, I'm going insane. I don't know how that girl is there. I would have beat the shit out of this bitch.
Gave her money to pay for, again, those same things that you had mentioned, but as a 18, 19-year-old, she agreed to be responsible for her own expenses.
Very
so
nice.
I gave her some.
I asked you next, hotel costs.
Would you like me to jump to the end of the story?
I would like you to jump to hotel costs. I'm going through this in order. It's written here.
Okay.
What hotel?
In June of 2019, this is after she had moved out of the home. My husband and I had a brand new 8-week-old puppy at the home, and we had asked her to dog sit. So she had been moved out for about 6 months at that point in time. And so she came over to the home. She agreed to watch the dog as there were larger dogs in the home, and we wanted to protect the puppy, make sure nothing happened.
Your dogs. She had to dog sit your dogs. That I think you have more respect than your own child, that your own daughter. You love your dogs more than your daughter. I get that. I'm getting that vibe here.
Later that evening, so my husband and I went out of town for the evening. We got a hotel for the night. We paid for dinner for the evening.
Is that the hotel cost that you're talking about?
That must be it.
What? She's asking her daughter to pay for the hotel room and the restaurant bill? Is this crazy? Oh my gosh.
This is crazy.
Hotel cost was that you and your husband bought a dog. Shortly after buying the dog, you left her with the puppy. And because the dog got sick and eventually died, you came home, and what you lost was your hotel room that you had prepaid. Is that the hotel cost that we're talking about?
That is the hotel cost that we're talking about.
That's crossed out.
Oh my God, Judge Judy, yes, give it to her.
This is upsetting.
The last thing is you want actual and punitive damages for my dog's death.
Well,
That's the last thing.
I
So
feel like
now-
we skipped over quite a bit, Your Honor. I mean,
No, I
have-
skipped over nothing. If you don't get it, as a person who is a parent, you may not have been a parent for 18 years, but
Look at her, like she's moving weird. You're weird. You are weird. Ugly, weird, ugly. You care more about your hair. That girl over there. This is crazy.
Someone else is probably looking at me going, like, oh my God, this is insane.
at a time when a child that you delivered gave up for adoption, which was probably then in her best interest, turned out not so much in her best interest because, according to you, she was living in an abusive situation. So a child that you gave up now finds herself as a teenager living in an abusive household. So you, as a biological parent, agree to help her to come to live with you, even though it's unfortunate because you and your husband, you have children with this husband?
No.
So the two of you, lovebirds, now have an 18-year-old living with you that's interfering with what is otherwise an idyllic life. So she comes in April, gets a job in May. Gets a job right away, is not living off you, is not laying around on the couch, is not flirting with your husband, is not bringing home pot smokers, is not doing anything terrible. And you are confident enough in her that after she moves out, and she hasn't been with you very long, but you say, this is really not working out. You know, it's interfering with my husband and I running around in our pajamas. What I'm telling you is that you were confident enough, I mean, if you were going away on this trip, which I assume was pre-planned.
Yes.
Yes, then you don't get a puppy 10 days before. You get a puppy 2 days after you come home. That would have been using your canoodle.
I'm speechless. I have no words. I have 0 palabras. No parola. No tengo palabras. Esta mujer es estúpida.
Right.
I wasn't
So-
super concerned about the dog surviving a one-night stay with an adult.
Well, first of all, a 20-year-old is not an adult.
I believe a
Just-
20-year-old is an adult.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 36.
Well, I actually believe that a 36-year-old should be smart enough to know that if they have a pre-planned event that's going to take them away out of town so that they need a hotel room, they don't get a dog 9 days before. They get a dog 10 days later so that they can take care of a new puppy. That's what I think a 36-year-old does. I give a 36-year-old more credit than I do a 20-year-old.
She had watched our other dog previously, and we had not had any issues, so...
Yeah, incidents happen. Everything can happen. I don't think she killed your dog on purpose. Something happened.
You had another dog. And when you had the other dog, she was responsible with the other dog, so you didn't have any problem with
That's
the other
correct.
dog. Right. This time, there was a problem with this puppy. And you want her to pay you a whole bunch of money, actual and punitive damages, for the death of your puppy. Now, since you do not have a vet here, I assume that you want to tell me why you believe she is responsible for the death of your dog and that I should treat her punitively.
The night that she came to watch the dog, or was supposed to be watching the dog, we were gone for a few hours, and my husband and I started getting some very panicked text messages from Amanda while we were at our event. And so we saw the text messages come through. We knew something was wrong. So my husband called her, and as she told the story, the dogs had been playing together very roughly. And keep in mind, this was
What kind of dog is the older dog?
a golden retriever. So
A golden.
A big one.
Yes,
So a 60-pound dog.
a 60-pound dog. Yes.
I know my dogs.
And
So
you
just a
do.
second. So the 60-pound dog, and what kind of a dog did you bring into the house?
It was a pug.
It was a pug.
puppy.
So a small, playful dog. And how old a pug did you bring into the house?
The big dog ate the small dog. This is what happened. So you're telling me that your dog ate the small one. Oh my gosh.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever
He
heard.
was 8 weeks old,
And how old is the golden?
about a year and a half at the time.
And the golden had been the only dog in the house.
Had been the only dog in the house, but for the 10 days that they lived together, zero issues. The golden was very, very gentle with her. We watched them closely, but that was like her baby.
Was she there at the time during those 10 days?
She
Or
had
just you?
visited once.
So the answer is no. She wasn't living with you for the 10 days that you and your husband were
wasn't
living
living
there.
Didn't she move with there? Where was this girl? Like, am I getting this wrong? I left the story where she moved to live with her. Why she's not there anymore? Where is she? I don't get it.
Is this bitch for real, 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 for real?
She got an apartment? This woman is ugly! Ugly inside! Oh my god, a monster!
Sure, Jan.
But your husband were living there. So the golden was comfortable enough. I know. I have brought in younger dogs with my older dogs. One of them went into a state of depression and proceeded to put on 5 pounds. She's only supposed to weigh 5 pounds. But walked around miserable because she was unhappy being the only dog for a long time. She went into a depression. Now I have a little dog that's the new puppy, and the new puppy, when there's another little puppy that comes and plays that belongs to one of my grandchildren, she goes into a funk. Well, if you had your golden and it was getting along fine, maybe it was because you and your husband were there. And then when you abandoned the dog with the new puppy...
I would not describe it as abandonment.
Well,
She was very familiar with Amanda.
Just a second. I'm not describing what you may think is abandonment. I'm talking about what a dog thinks is abandonment because you leave. And you leave her alone with this new 8-week-old thing that's running around and playing with its toys and going near its food and all the things that little puppies do because they're puppies. They're not
She knows her
older dogs that are a little more senior. I want you to tell me, so as soon as there was trouble, your daughter called, text, whatever, and your husband called her. And she said the dogs were playing roughly. Is that what you told me?
Yes.
And?
The dogs were playing roughly, and as Amanda admitted to my husband over the phone,
Not admitted, she said to him on the phone.
that she had done nothing.
Just a second. First of all, your husband's not here. And did you say to your mother's husband that you did nothing?
No. I said there was nothing I could do.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So where is the husband here? I feel is another horrible human being. He was too busy to be there. I'm too busy to deal with this. You go, honey.
So, honey.
Go deal with this bullshit.
Do you want me to explain how it happened?
Yes, because she
At the
wasn't there.
house? We got there, we let the dogs out, and they played for about an hour. And then
What do you mean you let them out? Into a
They were in
yard?
their kennels because no one was home. And then after about an hour, we sat down and started watching a movie, and they were just at our feet laying. They weren't playing anymore, but I felt like a tug on the blanket, and I thought maybe the puppy wanted to get up on the couch. And then when I looked down, there was just blood everywhere, and it was seizing, and that's why it was tugging on the blanket. And so I panicked, and I had Hunter go and get a towel, and...
That's your boyfriend.
And he called 911, and I tried to do, like, chest compressions. I didn't really know what to do. But it died, like, in under a minute. It was really sad. But...
Look at the face of this thing. Girl.
I'm a Barbie girl.
First of all, you're not that pretty. First of all, your hair looks frizzy and dry, and what that red splotch of thing in there? Girl, no. And your lipstick? Check your lipstick, girl.
Check your lipstick before you come and talk to me.
After I, like, calmed down enough, I cleaned up the mess. And I... Thank you. I bathed the dog for them so they wouldn't have to see it that way.
Here, take a minute.
And then after I calmed down enough and we had cleaned everything up, I tried to call them and I tried to text them, and neither of them were answering their phones. I tried to track down the hotel they were at and call their room, and then Mason eventually called me back and I just explained what was happening.
She has zero emotion for her daughter. She hates the guts out of that girl. Despicable.
How it all happened, and I must have said afterward that there was nothing I could do because there really wasn't.
I got it. By the time you saw this, was the puppy still alive? Did the puppy ever make it to a veterinary facility?
No, they had animal control on their way to try to help, but it was just, it all happened too fast.
Were you there?
I was.
Want to stand up? Tell me your last name.
Casillas.
You remember that evening?
I do.
Want to tell me your version of what happened?
She asked me to come puppy sit for her mother, and we got to the house. We went into her mother's room, let the dogs out, fed them, let them go outside and go to the bathroom.
Were they in a kennel?
Yeah, they were in separate kennels, yep. And then they were playing underneath our feet while we were watching a movie, and we looked down and the smaller puppy was seizing. I ran to the bathroom, I grabbed a towel, we put pressure on the wound. The only reason that...
Where was the wound?
In its head. That's why it seized, that's why it died so fast. It went straight into its brain. And Amanda was crying and giving it chest compressions while I was on the phone with 911 trying to figure out what the best thing we should do was.
In the time that you were living with your mother, did you ever see the golden on that blanket?
Yeah, all the time.
Where was the blanket kept?
On the couch. It was like a throw blanket.
Did the golden ever sleep on the couch?
Yes.
Did the golden ever sleep on the couch?
Occasionally. She usually slept in our room.
Did the golden ever sleep on the couch?
In a year and a half, she probably slept on the couch at some point, yes. But she was not territorial. I believe that you're trying to
I don't know what you want her to pay for.
The story that I'm hearing right now is very different than what she told my husband on the phone.
I don't know what she told your husband on the phone because he's not here.
He had to work.
I don't care whether he had to work or he had to go to Mars.
Of course, he had to work. He's too busy to deal with this.
Judge, I would like her to pay the money that she admits that she owes me, and I'm happy to provide you paperwork, text messages between us.
If she admits that she owes you money, very nice, let her pay you whatever she admits she owes you. I am not ordering her to pay you a penny.
Well, she believes that...
Listen to me. I'm not ordering her to pay you a penny. I want you to think about your position a little bit. If she admits that she owes you money, and sounds to me like a pretty reasonable and responsible person based upon what you told me, you placed her up for adoption because you irresponsibly had a child that you couldn't take care of. You placed that child in a place where you told me she was being abused. Just listen, because I didn't get any of this information from her.
Yes, listen closely. Where's my phone?
Got it from you. And then she came to you, and it really wasn't a good fit, not because of anything she did, because you and your husband were used to living alone.
She did not come to me, Your Honor.
Now, you had a dog, and you had a dog for a year and a half. Before you went on a pre-planned vacation for a day, you got a 2-month-old puppy that you were introducing into a house where you already had a 60-pound dog already. And you want her to be responsible for the following things. Her moving from where she was in this abusive home where she was living because you didn't take care of her. You want her to pay for your hotel room because you left the hotel and came home to take care of the situation with your dog. So you want her to pay for that hotel room. You want her to pay for all the other sort of living expenses that she did before she got a job within 4 weeks of moving to you. And I'm telling you, Miss Meadows, one word. Look at me. Goodbye.
Sorry to Lily, Your Honor.
That's the way to do it! Oh my gosh! Holy crap! Oh my god! That was bad. I think I spoke, I didn't react as much as I do because I was like completely out of my mind.
And I've got to say, in all honesty,
hearing this story, this is sad. Oh my god. I'm lucky. I have no words. This was bad. You go, Judge Judy. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe, push the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!